Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Master Grade Gundam Fenice Rinascita. This is once again a premium Bandai variation kit of the Fenice Rinascita. I guess this is the Fenice Rinascita Alba, which is a version of the Fenice Rinascita. So this kit came out a while back, pretty close to when the just original regular Fenice Rinascita came out. And not only is this a color variation with the primary color of this version being blue instead of green, it does have a couple of different parts on it. Not a whole lot, but there are a few new parts, I believe mostly on the legs of this version. So it's a little bit different from the regular version and it's very cool. Not a whole lot of reviews around for this kit, I know. So I know some of you guys have been looking forward to this review, so I'm glad to finally get around to reviewing this kit for you guys. Let's go ahead and check out the Fenice Rinascita Alba Master Grade. Here we are. So on the front here, yada yada yada, P-Bandai monochrome box art, you guys know the drill. It does also still transform there. There's a look at that. Around on the sides, nothing really to see there. Just the same stuff as what's on the front, the title. So let's just go ahead and get it popped open here. And inside, we are gonna have 9 bags of runners and our instruction manual, which is an entirely new instruction manual. That's kind of interesting. All right, so honestly, I would have expected this to be just the regular Fenice Rinascita manual, and then we would have had an extra little page thing packed in as like an amendment page, basically just showing the different parts of this, but it's a fully new manual, which is very cool. So there's the box art in full color, so you can see it's a little bit more towards the colors of the original Wing Gundam here actually, but just a little bit less red. I think the other Wing Gundam maybe a little more red. Anyway, the torso, anyway, looks very much like the original Wing Gundam, with that being more blue. So there's the illustration for that. Looks very cool on the bottom there, and on the back side, here's just a look, front and back, what that looks like fully painted, so you can get an idea of the colors. The color guide is down there at the bottom, as well as for our pilot figure as well. And this is also serving as the decal marking guide on here as well. No, it looks like we don't have water slides included, unfortunately, but here are the parts list. I guess it's because the Master Grade Wing kits like the Ultron and the Heavy Arms Custom, those are like kind of unofficial Verka kits, so that's why those come with decals. This is a premium Bandai Master Grade kit, but it's not a EW Wing kit, just being a Build Fighters kit. They don't include water slides, unfortunately, so the rest of this here is just all construction. It looks like nothing really too much else to see. In the back there, I guess it will probably go over the transformation here, but as we know, the transformation of the Wing Gundam, pretty simple. We do also have the action base included with this, which was included with the original kit as well too, so that's very nice. Let's go ahead and check out all the runners. Alright, so first up here is our foil sticker sheet, which you can see is just for the eyes and a bunch of cameras. That's it, so no color correcting stickers at all. That's nice. And then, unfortunately, here is our sticker sheet, which is not a water slide decal sheet, sadly. But they do look nice. I mean, you have a lot of really nice markings on there. It's just kind of sad to imagine how cool these markings would have been if they would have been water slides. But there you go. You got some big markings, some caution markings, and all that stuff. Looks very nice. PC205 for our polycaps here in gray. And then we've got our BA13 base parts here. In my opinion, the best action base that Bandai makes. So runner A here, like with the first majority of the runners, is all going to be just from the original kit. We'll get to the new parts at the end of the runners here, but runner A is, as you can see, in 4 colors. We got some clear green over here, some clear pink at the top for our effect parts, some yellow, and some dark blue. Runner B is in a medium gray color here, getting into some of our inner frame parts. That's continuing on to runner C as well. We've got 2 of these, and just so far for your information, guys, these are all in regular polystyrene, so no ABS plastic for the inner frame for this kit. And so far, I should say. We will have a little bit of ABS later on. But anyway, here's the D runner with some parts in white, including our pilot figures and head parts on there as well. And the E runner, also some more pieces here in white. We've got 2 of this E runner. Runner F is back to some more pieces in gray. Looks like mostly weapons parts, but a few other little detail parts and things like that on there as well. And runner G here is in gray ABS for some frame parts. And we got the same thing for runner H as well. We've got 2 of these. Now these are basically going to be essentially the same kind of runners like we saw with the Master Grade Wing EW kits, where there were the XA and XB runner. There's the generic Wing frame runners, so a lot of the parts are the same, but we do have some different parts added onto these particular ones that are specific for the Fenice Rinascita kit. Runner I1 here is some armor pieces in dark blue, and I2 is a copy of this section of the runner here. Then runner J1 is some pieces here in red, and J2 is a copy of those pieces there for the feet. And for our new parts for this specific version of the kit, we've got runner L, we've got runner L1 here, as well as L2, which is a copy of this section of the runner there like that. So we've got some more pieces in yellow, red, blue, and white. So a good amount of new pieces here for this kit actually. So let's go ahead and see just how different it's going to be. For now guys, there is all of the pieces and parts and everything. Looks like it's going to be a great kit. I really enjoyed the original version, so that's why I was looking forward to checking out this one as well too. Like I said before, just in terms of the style and design, I like this one more than the original version, so really looking forward to getting it all put together. Let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll see how it looks. Alright guys, so here it is, and it's looking really super cool. Now, one thing that I really love about this design too, it's just how the Fenice Rinascita was like a big step. It was based off of the Wing Gundam, but like a big step away from there. Very different in its look. And this is like a step back towards the Wing Gundam. It basically looks very similar to the Wing Gundam, like at a glance. Especially, I think it's just because of the color scheme, of course, just being more closer to the original. But it's just a, just a kind of in between as far as the looks and style of it go. It's a very angular style compared to the regular Fenice Rinascita. There's a lot more like hard angles on there, especially around on the legs, on the front of the chest there as well too. And just overall, man, the kit looks great. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the parts and everything, and we'll go into detail. So as for the accessories, they're all going to be exactly the same as the original kit, just in different colors, of course. So here is the shield, which I love about this kit. This shield is so super cool. You have that clear green piece in there for the front, but you can use the foil sticker for that if you wanted. I didn't do that for that. As for the eyes and the head camera, there's also a clear green piece for that as well too, but I did use the stickers on those. So I mean, whether you use the stickers or not, all those pieces are actually in clear green, so you kind of choose which one you prefer the look of. But this will just attach onto the arm that opens up like that. Your beam saber is stored in here in a really cool way. You open up that flap and then the whole shield bends, and then there's your beam saber handle up inside there. You can pull that out of there. You have your one single beam saber effect part for that. Then you have your massive beam rifle as well, which is made up of a few different sections. You have a sticker for that, no clear part though, so that is the one where you they won't have any clear green part to go in behind that. You do also have your kind of beam bayonet, which will stick in the front of there like that, which is also very cool. Now this can, like I just mentioned, be separated. This is your main beam rifle section, just like this. This can also be bent there, I guess, if you wanted to pretend like it's reloading, I don't know, this energy cartridge or something in there. And then you can use this as a separate beam rifle if you want. This little part on the end will fold down there like that, and you can use this just with the beam bayonet just like this by itself, like that. Or you can also take this apart, and then I think you can just hold on to that like a handle here and just use this as a beam sword. And you've also got this little bit which you can just use as a little pistol. So you got a lot of different options here with this weapon. Personally, I prefer it just all built up as one big massive rifle here. Kind of like with the Shinanju's beam rifle, I prefer it with the rocket launcher attached on the bottom. I think it just looks cool. It looks like a huge gun, and this one does as well too. So you got that. And then your other little bits like the standing pilot figure there, your action base adapter, a couple of pieces that you're going to need for the transformation to mount the accessories, I think, onto the transformed bird mode, and then your swappable fingers. So you'll have closed fists, which I've got there on the kit now. You've got open hands as well as holding hands and trigger finger hands here. You just swap the fingers to change out those. As for the articulation, I won't really get too much into it because I went over all of that in the original review of the Fenice Rinascita, so if you're really interested in seeing all the articulation, you can check that out. Nothing would really be different about this, as it's all the things that are different are just aesthetic differences on the outside. So the shoulders are different, the chest is different, down here on the legs, the knees, the ankle armor, the feet are different. The head is also a little bit different, as it has the more traditional wing style ear parts on there, not like the Fenice Rinascita had like the more longer exaggerated ones. These are a little bit more toned down, if you can believe it. And then back around here on the wings, this part of the wing is different. It's a little bit longer and has this extra kind of bit on the bottom, whereas the original wing just had like one kind of section here. So that's a little bit different there as well. So not tons of differences, but definitely if you look at them side by side, you can really see that there is a significant amount of difference between the two. And definitely this is the one that I prefer, but let me know which of the two versions do you guys prefer stylistically, and just in terms of the color and the design anyway. But I suppose one other thing too that I will also just point out too about the front chest piece there is that that's one yellow piece, and then you stick like a foil sticker, a green foil sticker on top of the yellow piece, and then you stick the clear green part on top of that. So if you're wondering how that part looks. And then just for the cockpit hatch, this little blue piece down there folds down, and this part kind of pops out and folds up, and you got your pilot figure seated up inside there. Again, it's the same as with the original kit, but it is a really cool mechanism. I think it does look quite nice for that cockpit opening hatch there. All right, and here it is transformed into the bird mode, and as it typically goes with different versions of the Wing Gundam, the bird mode is not really that impressive, to be honest. I mean, it's cool that it does it. It's a very simple transformation, basically like fold the arms, fold up the legs, put the shield on the backpack to cover up the head. That's pretty much it. So Very simple, but you know, it is what it is. So if you were interested in actually displaying it in the bird mode, there's how it's going to look. But otherwise, that's really going to be about it here for the Fenice Rinascita Alba. Really cool kits. Definitely prefer this one over the original, but you know, both are good kits, solid kits. So if you know, whichever version you like, if you don't want to try to track down this P-Bandai version and pay however much it's going for these days, then you know, I think the standard version will certainly be an enjoyable one for you as well. Hopefully Bandai will eventually maybe do a reprint of this kit someday. I know they do reprints of P-Bandai kits from time to time, but this one I think has only ever really had the one run when it first came out. As far as I can remember, I don't think I've ever seen this one getting reissued, but hopefully maybe someday it will for those of you guys who might be interested in it and haven't got your hands on it yet. But as always, guys, I hope this review was interesting and helpful, and maybe turned on some of you to the fact that this kit even exists. I heard during the live stream build that some people were saying they didn't even know this kit even existed. So for those of you who are seeing this for the first time, hopefully this review was interesting and helpful for you guys. And of course, if any of you have any other further questions or comments, do feel free to leave those down in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store as well for making it all possible. Do check the link to USA Gundam Store down in the video description there, as well as my coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10. You can use that and save 10% off everything on the website. And just thank you guys all so much for your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing, all that's greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day. Bye, guys.